Welcome back to another stream. Let me see if I can. Do you know what? I said we'd fixed our lighting issues, but now, like, where they used to be, which is somewhere about here, works better in the daytime, whereas at night, obviously, that light that you can see behind me, that used to get in the way of the camera. So, welcome back to another stream. So we're sharing only good news today, and you might have seen as I did put a little preview up as a video on YouTube yesterday that my remix of the Jason Derulo Riding Solo has been signed to Excite Digital. So I did a stream. I think it was maybe on. It was either Wednesday or Thursday, and I did a little bit of a production update stream. And I did say that I'd sent a tune to Excite. It's been a while since I've sent a track to Excite, and I was a little bit, when you don't send something for ages, and then you go ahead and send something, and then you get kind of told that, woo, it's been accepted. Let me have a drink. I started the stream, and then it's like my tongue went really. It's like my tongue's gone really dry. I literally don't know why. So yeah, so I sent the track on Wednesday night, quite late, and then I woke up to a message from like who I send to submit tracks to Excite, and he said like spot on. He said spot on, and he said spot on. I'll book it in tonight. And that means like tell me like the release date and stuff. So I was kind of like a little bit like, oh wow, like I didn't expect that. I don't know why I didn't expect it. I think it was just me maybe like self doubting myself. But anyway, and then sure enough on Thursday evening, quite late. I got the like I got a message and it had the picture of the artwork, picture of the I had a picture of the artwork, sorry, and I got told the release date. So when you kind of get that artwork, I don't know, it's like that is kind of like it makes it feel real, like because you see that artwork and then you see the Excite logo. So um, it was a real proper buzz when I got that artwork sent through, and then I went on to, well, I didn't announce it straight away because I had a tune that was coming out on Groovin on the Friday morning. Well, it was coming out on the Friday, but they go onto the site sort of like on the Thursday night, and it was a real little bit of a tough one because I really wanted to announce it, but then at the same time, like I didn't, because the other track was coming out on that day as well. I didn't kind of want to, because sometimes I feel like you can overdo stuff where you can like you can just announce things and announce things and announce things, and then you kind of have like where it's just too much, and then like certain things will just get like overlooked because you've got that many, you've got a post here and then a post there. So I wanted to get the track that had come out of the way. Just you can go and buy this track. Let that do its thing. And then around dinner time on the Friday was when I made the announcement about the track, and it got quite a bit of like traction. And bearing in mind nobody has heard this track yet, I hadn't put no preview of the tune up at this point. It was just one thing where I thought, what, I need to get something sent to Excite because I've not sent something for a while. So we did that, So I just sent it straight to the label before putting a preview up, and anyway, when I just put the nothing but the album cover, if you like, or the artwork for the track signing, I obviously, no one had heard it, so I was quite like buzzed that it was getting a little bit of traction. Then I had a couple of people messaging me like, like, can we hear a preview of this? And I was like, well, they're gonna make the promo video over the weekend. And then it got to Sunday and they still hadn't made the promo video, so I thought I'm gonna put one together myself. So I did, and then that must have been up probably about an hour, gaining traction, and then they actually sent me the official promo video. So I just did a quick edit, change of video for Facebook, but then by that point it was already on YouTube, which you can't just edit and change a video on YouTube. You'd have to delete and then re-upload. And the video itself had already had over 200 views, so I just thought I ain't gonna change it at this point. And then I'd also put a clip on Instagram as well. So I'd been sharing my little promo video around, and then the official one came out. But yeah, people was asking me when's the promo coming out, or like, is there anywhere we can listen to it? And I just thought, what, people are asking for it, so let's say it, let's put it out there for people to see and listen to. And then I obviously did, and then it gained quite a lot of traction. So, like I say, on YouTube, it hit just over 200 views, which isn't too bad. I know it's not hitting the hundreds and hundreds of views, but it's quite good. It just gives the track a little bit. 200 people have now seen that. They know when the track is coming out, so that's obviously not a bad shout. In that sense. And then on Facebook, it did splendid. People commenting, people liking, people sharing, people texting me saying like, that's a really good tune, and it's just had a really good bit of interaction already before the tracks even come out. And it's really good. It's really good to see. And I like that is I wanted to do that. Like, I wanted to remix that track for a very very long time, and I attempted a version, and I had a vocal. It was like a re-sung vocal, and it just, I could not get it in time. Whoever had re-sung it, they'd done something, like a re-sung on YouTube, and it wasn't good vocal. I could not get it in time, no matter what I was trying. So in the end, I actually found another re-sung vocal and used that, and rebuilt the track from scratch. So originally, I got the different re-sung vocal. I was going to use the same FLP. I took it to the studio because I was going to do it in the youth music studio. Yes, big shout. And that version needs updating, so it wouldn't open the FLP because it's being opened at home, which is it's on a newer FLP. Um, so I just, in the end, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to start it from scratch. So I just started remaking the whole track, doing things a little bit differently. And now the track is, it's coming out on Excite. So I'm really buzzed. I'm really excited. So the 21st of August is when it's going to come out. So you'll be able to go on to Excite. You will be able to go on to you'll be able to go on to Excite and buy the track. I do need to put a preview onto SoundCloud as well, and I'm gonna send them to like Donkhouse Records to put on their YouTube channel, and some of the other channels that like upload samples of donk tracks, just to get it out there a bit more, and just to show a little bit of traction, and get people sort of like, a bit more like hyped for the track, because I want to kind of share it far and wide, because I kind of really want this one to do well, as I think it really could do well, and really 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 exciting times ahead. So I've got another track to send to Excite, another track that I want to send. And I'm just doing a few little tweaks and adjustments on it. And hopefully they'll accept that one as well. I can't see why they won't. It's on like the same. I'd say it's on the same level as the riding solo. Like it's round that sort of. I made them round the same time, the two tracks. And I think with a bit of tweaking, they'll do really well. And Excite will more than likely accept them. So we'll have to see. By all means, we'll have to see. But I want to definitely get some more tracks onto Excite, and I've got some more tracks in the pipeline, some more things that I want to do, and some more. We nearly we knocked the camera down. Some more things that I want to do regarding tunes. I found a website yesterday, it's got like some royalty free acapellas on it. It came up on my Instagram stories as an advert for this site, and you can get like so many acapellas for free, and they're like royalty free things. And I had a listen because don't get me wrong, I'm all for royalty free acapellas, but sometimes like royalty free acapellas and things like that, they don't always sound that good, and sometimes like you can kind of like you listen to them and you think like they're royalty free for a reason, and they don't always sound that good. But this website had some really good vocals on there, and they sounded really good. So I thought I'll just have a little click on the website, and I'll have a little browse, and so I did, and they sure enough sounded really good. They sounded like really proper, like something that I'd actually use some of these. So the plan is I am going to have a look further onto that website. I only had what you'd call a brief little look on my phone. So I want to go onto this website. I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called, but I will be able to find it again. But it was, they were really good. So there was some really good male and female vocals. So I'm thinking I'm gonna sing, get some of them. If I find one that kind of like jumps out, and then just kind of go from there and try and do something kind of like sort of like on the original side of things, and see what happens there. Because don't get me wrong, I love doing the bootlegs, and I like the remixes, and I like having the remixes to play in my sets, and crowds love something well known that they can sing along to. But it will be nice to work with some like original stuff as well, as I do think like just like a lot of people slate bootlegging all the time, and a lot of people like who maybe aren't in the donk scene, like they slate the donk scene for just bootlegging everything and just remixing everything. But from like a DJ perspective, when you're playing to a crowd and you're playing like all these like well-known sing-alongs, and they can sing along to them, like it's kind of in a way, it's a really good way to get people to get into our type of music as well, because like I don't know, for example, if somebody's like for example, like I don't know, they might be an R&B head, and they only really listen to chart and R&B tunes, and then they come to a bounce night, but then they hear like their favorite R&B track, but it's like it's just been sped up a bit, but they're at this night, but they're still gonna sing to it because they recognise the vocal, and then before you know it, they're gonna think, you know what, I went to this kind of like harder night compared to what they'd normally go to, and they absolutely enjoyed it. And I think that is a good part of what it's all about. But I can understand, like, from, people's perspectives, like, who make original music, and people who, on the outside, look into the donk scene and they just see a bootleg of this and a bootleg of that and a bootleg of something else, and then they look at producers, or people that or as a lot of people say, dragging samples across, and they think like, can anybody do anything original? um and like I do, like I understand it from both parties. like I understand like why they can get annoyed, but then like I also do understand like why like the bootlegging and the remixing is so popular. And again, I think like bootlegging and remixing when you're trying to get into production is really good for helping, because like when you like remix something, like you can like 9 times out of 10 you can get the acapella, you can get the MIDI, and so the MIDI almost kind of like gives you kind of what key it's in, and 9 times out of 10 it will give you like a melody to work with. It will give you like the bass, like the bass notes to work with, so you know where the bass notes are, and you can just turn that into the donk. And I mean, there's a lot more to it than just that, but like from a perspective, it can really help you out, like in just genuinely learning. Especially when you're new at it, like you aren't just gonna sit there and write a melody. Like you aren't gonna know what to do. So when you can already have one there and you can just put a little bit of a spin on it, it's a good way for learning. But definitely, like at the same time, like I do agree in like like be original and stay original and be as original as as you can as well. Like, but like if you want to bootleg at the same time, like bootleg as well. I think do some remixes and do some originals, and I think you can't go far wrong. But definitely like when you're starting out, like just remix loads of things and learn and practice, and that's kind of what I'm doing, and I'm still I'm still learning. I've come a long way since I started, and I've learned a lot, and I've watched a lot of tutorials. I mean, a couple of years ago, like I used to put tracks up. I made this new track and nothing would be EQ'd, and no levels would be sorted. I even used to put tracks up for free download that didn't even have a master. They haven't even been mastered properly. I just used to, because I didn't really know what I was doing, and I used to sometimes get a little bit bored as well, to the point where I just thought, what, I'm finished with this track now, let's put it up. And sometimes that's not always the way to go. So and so I've definitely come a long way, but like I have got a lot to learn as well, and I still make things and people tell me they sound flat or something don't sound right. But I like people telling me that, because that like tells me like, right, I need to change it here. Like I'd rather somebody just be brutally honest and say like, look, it's not that good, rather than just go like, this is good, when they don't really think it's good. Because I'm in this game to better myself, and I want to keep improving, and I want to be able to just give good tracks out there for people to play in the sets, whether it be something original, whether it be a bootleg. So without that being said, Riding Solo, 21st of August, Excite Digital. It's a Wednesday, so it'll drop on a Wednesday. Go and grab it. I'm excited to see kind of like how it does. It's if it goes into like the charts on the Excite Digital. And again, a lot of people kind of like, they say like charts on like the digital downloading websites, like people say like, oh, it's in the number one, but like in the grand scheme of things, like it doesn't mean anything. And I do kind of understand that. But again, I see it from both points. So like when something goes into that like charts on that website, that means that like it's doing well. That means that people are buying the track. So when a bunch of new tracks come out, like essentially like when they get more sales than say another track, it moves up a level in the chart. And if it's getting a lot of traction and a lot of downloads, it goes to number one. So it means it's popular on their website. It means people are buying the track. So I kind of understand like why people get excited about it, and it's quite a buzz to go on the site and to be able to see and know that your track is doing well. But at the same time, like if you compare it to something like being in the top 40, like that chart, like just compared to that, like it just basically does mean nothing. But it just means like it's doing well on the website, like it's selling well, it's people are buying it, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, 21st of August, Excite Digital, Riding Solo, remix of the Jason Derulo with the classic Bittersweet Symphony lead in there, as Jason Derulo actually kind of sampled that song when he did Ridin solo, but he just did it a little bit differently. Whereas I've just kind of gone and fully used the bit, like the full Bittersweet Symphony lead. But you can hear it. You can hear it in the original Riding solo, but I think he's just kind of like changed it around a little bit, but it's still like the same bass notes and the same key, and you can still tell it's Bittersweet Symphony. So yeah, so like, comment, share, we'll see you soon. When